Good day, everyone. How are you all doing? Hope everyone is feeling great today, doing well, happy, healthy, realizing the government really doesn't love you, and also realizing that pretty much everything you've been told since the day you were born, it's all lies. It is July the 2nd of 2025, 10:29 a.m. Mr. Buzz coming to you from the communist shithole known as Ontario, Canada. Folks, the mark of the beast has been revealed. There's a book we have known as the Bible, 2,000 years old. And in that book, it says very clearly that there will be a time when everyone will be given a mark, either on their forehead or on their hand. And without the mark, they will be unable to buy, sell, or trade. That's a pretty specific description of something. A mark that's going to be on your body, either in your forehead or your hand, and unless you have it, from what it's describing, you won't have any money. You won't have any way to do transactions, to buy food, to survive in society. 2,000 years ago, okay? Now, just to go sideways for a second, did you ever notice, especially older people, like people my age and older, when we were kids, tattoos were something only sailors or ex-cons had. That's who had tattoos. People who went out on scallop draggers or, fishing boats, sailors, they would have tattoos. Or someone that had been to prison would have a homemade prison tattoo. No one else did. Then all of a sudden, boom, everybody has a tattoo. Women, children, everyone. Tattoos are the in thing. There's a tattoo shop on every street. There's so many here in the town I live in, it's unbelievable. Tattoo parlors everywhere. Literally everywhere. And then you got private people doing it out of their houses too. They get the gear and they set up a home business, and you go and sit in their living room and get a tattoo. Do you ever wonder why they encourage that so much all of a sudden? A lot of people probably think they just want to make money. Well, yeah, they made money, people doing it, but that's not why it was started. They wanted it normalized that everyone was cool with having a tattoo. The way it used to be when I was a kid, you wouldn't have been able to convince all the women to tattoo their bodies up like that. You wouldn't be able to convince people to let their kids get tattoos like that. But now, it's completely normalized. Well, that was, as I call it, preparing the landscape. It's exactly what it was. I did a video on this very concept of preparing the landscape before they try to coerce people into something. They will soften it, ease it in, and normalize it. Prepare the landscape. Well, they've now unveiled it, the real mark of the beast, that without it you will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. And it's a tattoo. A tattoo that actually contains very small wires and electronics in it. I've left it in the description. Jimmy Dore just did a clip on it. It's the mark of the beast, without any question. For those of you who still can't make this connection, I'm going to be a little harsh here, but please give your heads a shake. This is so obviously what the Bible is describing. A lady who used to work for DARPA is demonstrating it in the video that I put in the description, the Jimmy Dore video. She has one, of course. She proudly displays it. It's on her, I think it's on her hand. Or maybe on her wrist somewhere. It's definitely pretty close to the hand. And she talks about it being used for authentication. To authenticate who you are, it's going to be how you prove you're an actual person. And here's the thing, if they don't like the way you're acting, they just turn it off. You're no longer a person. You are a ghost with no money, no identity, no nothing. And if you refuse to get the tattoo in the first place, well, just like it says in the Bible, you will not be able to buy, sell, or trade at all. Basically, you will be doomed to starve to death. And if they do it the way they do it in China, when this happens to you, and you've been cast out completely, and your money's been turned off, and you're considered not part of society anymore, anyone who assists you and gives you food or money or whatever, they suffer the same fate. So once this happens to you, you're done for. You're going to have to go forage for food in the woods, look for berries, hunt small game, whatever you have to do. That's the only way you're going to eat. They've unveiled it. This is it. This is it. It's DARPA. Of course it is. Of course it is. Who else would do this? That's DARPA's purpose. DARPA is designed, well, it was created to attack all of us, not to attack foreign nations or defend against foreign nations. DARPA is against the American people, and actually all people, not just Americans. They want to do this to the entire world. Okay, this is it. I mean, I've been waiting for it. What really blows my mind is that people they'll see this and they'll go, that's just crazy. It's just a coincidence. A coincidence that 2,000 years in the most sacred book that exists, they wrote that this was going to happen, and it's now happening exactly. How would they know this 2,000 years ago? How would they have any idea? That's pretty impressive, isn't it? It's because the Bible is real. The Bible is a sacred book that speaks of coming events. Well, this one's clear. This is the mark of the beast. It's a tattoo. And you're going to be made to have it, or you will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. And it can't get any more obvious than this, that this is indeed the mark of the beast. No question, folks. No question. Watch the video. Watch the video. When she talks about authentication, it's like, unless you have this thing to scan, or however they're going to work it, it's probably something that gets scanned, or I don't know. That's my guess. Unless you have this and do this, you don't exist. You're just a ghost. And no one will have anything to do with you, because if they do, they will become a ghost as well. So everyone will be completely terrified of that, and everybody will suck up to the government and kiss their asses so badly because they'll be trying to protect themselves. And here's the thing. If you give into this, states very clearly in the Bible, you're screwed. Spiritually, you are screwed if you go along with the mark of the beast and accept the mark. You're better off to starve to death. Anything is better than what happens if you take the mark. Once you take the mark, you basically just booked a long vacation, a permanent vacation, at the Lake of Fire Plaza. That's where you will end up if you go along with this. Now, so far, they're just talking about it being on the hand. I got a feeling that people are going to get it on their forehead as well, and it's going to be exactly like it says in the Bible. This is why they warmed everybody up for tattoos. This is what they do. They prepare the landscape. Everything they do, they get people ready. They get people, they normalize things. This is why the masks during COVID, that's to prepare for Sharia law and all the women covering their faces. They always prepare the landscape. And they did a good job on this one. Everybody and their dog has a tattoo. Literally, 'cause they get dogs tattooed as well. They literally do. I can't stand tattoos. I've got a sixth sense that tells me when these things are going around and become popular. I'm like, that's why I don't have a phone. I will not touch these things because I know what they're all about. Everyone else is just so willing to, sure, give me a tattoo. Yep, sign me up for this phone plan. Give me that smartphone. Everybody's going to come to a big realization all of a sudden. It's like, oh my, this is actually what those crazy conspiracy theorists were talking about. They were right. Yes, we were. And we are. And now it's been unveiled. The mark of the beast. You can see it in that video. It's in the description. Jimmy Dore. Hope you liked the video. See you in the next one.